Welcome back to the Toast and Happy Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. That's right, bitches, it's motherfucking Friday. It's mother trucking Friday, bro. Hey, bro, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing? You're sitting in front of a gorgeous impressionist painting in a new location.
Yes, I'm podcasting from the Hamptons. Me and Ben taking our first official road trip with the new vehicle. We drove the new vehicle last night to the Hamptons, and it was a gorgeous ride. Ben hadn't driven it yet. If you saw the vlog, you know that I had to drive it home from the lot by myself, which was so scary. So we're just loving life with the freedom of having your own car.
Amazing. I'm so glad you put it to great use. What are you guys getting up to in the Hamptons today?
Well, today it's a little cloudy and it's still a work day, so I'm podcasting. Ben, thank God we're staying at this place. I'll tell everyone about it when I leave. It's really cute. We have this little cottage with a backyard. Ben is working outside because if I had to hear his fucking call voice, I seriously, I would blow my own brains out. I can't with my husband's voice on a call. First of all, he talks so loud for no fucking reason.
So loud. Are you ever in the car on a call? I feel as though my eardrums were going to give out.
Am I ever in a car on a call? Yes, I swear to God, certain times, when Ben's talking on the phone in the car, something about the pitch of his voice goes straight to the center of my brain. And I don't know, it's like a reflex. I literally could reach over and punch him straight in the jaw. I don't know what it is. It's infuriating.
Infuriating. So I hear you have a backyard. I know Theo's not there, but could he have been there?
Honestly, I don't know if this is a pet-friendly property. I'm sure that it is. I didn't even ask. I didn't realize what we'd have would have enough space. There's literally a fenced-in yard. I totally could have brought him, but Theo's so happy to be with his grandparents this weekend. It's not even an issue.
No, I'm sure it's not. I think of him. I worry about him.
You fear for him.
No, I fear for you and your fears.
Yeah. I mean, I fear for everything. I think the toast to this week has taught us all that.
It really has. That's been a learning lesson. It's been a great week of the toast.
It has. So much Jax,
even though it was only a 4-day week. We had Stassi, we had book launch.
Oh my God, not Stassi being this week.
I know. Speaking of book launch, though, Claudia and I recorded a Patreon episode yesterday that will be up right when you're listening to this episode. And it's all about the book, The Camper and the Counselor, taking all of your questions about how I got it published, how I found the illustrator, what the process was like,
the journey
where I pulled inspiration from.
Right. Who is the counselor? And more importantly, who is the camper?
And who is the camper going to be?
Thought-provoking stuff.
The rest is still unwritten.
The rest is still unwritten.
So check that out, patreon.com/thetoast. It's podcast and video, just like the regular episodes of The Toast. So if you were missing seeing our faces today, we're there on the Patreon.
Yes, today is audio only. And that's because your girl looks fugly. I look so ugly, but I feel at peace. Something about the Hamptons is very relaxing.
And because you're in the Hamptons.
Yeah. But I would have done Zoom. I just hate Zoom episodes.
That is, well, first of all, don't call it Zoom because we don't use Zoom. And Zoom podcasting is a horrible experience. It's not a quality experience. But we do have a pretty good situation for when we want to do video remote. But you're not missing anything with these with these mugs.
With these mugs. That's what I look like today, muggy-o.
We got a couple of mugs on.
Mugs.
You only need to hear our sparkling personalities and our beautiful voices.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call my voice beautiful. My voice isn't something I'm proud of. My singing voice, yes, but my podcasting voice, I actually find it so cringe.
But you wouldn't have your singing voice without your talking voice.
It's so true. You said it there, sister.
So you really shouldn't put yourself down.
When you sit down to remote podcast, what are the things you have around you that you just need while you podcast? Obviously, besides your equipment.
Usually,
I always have
I have a
Aquaphor.
coffee. But today, Zach was not available to make me one. So it's just water for me.
I always have a drink. I always have Aquaphor. There's a few things I always just need. Maybe I'll put on some Aquaphor. Got a fresh tub. What's better than a fresh tub of Aquaphor?
Oh, yeah. What are you going to do since you're not sitting at your vanity, combing your eyebrows the whole time?
I know, I'm like in a different spot. I'm like so bored.
Yeah. No, maybe podcast.
Maybe like listen?
Maybe listen.
Maybe. I'll see.
Maybe listen and learn.
Listen to the sound from deep within. We've got a great show today. We obviously have some, conclusive updates from the saga that's taken over everyone's week. The submersible stuck, at the Titanic. It's bad news. It could be worse. I think out of all the theories that were popping around, a lot of people were hoping for this one. So we'll get into that along with some other just details that are coming out.
So many
about
details.
The circumstances, people who were supposed to be on.
James Cameron speaking out.
Yes, James Cameron.
Yeah, he's not holding back.
I mean, he's qualified.
He is qualified. He's been down there. I wasn't sure if he had been, but he has spent time down there. He's obviously
I think he's been down there 50 times.
Is there a safe way to go down?
I don't think anything is like completely safe because it's like an unregulated whatever. But I think like he went to the best of the best of the best of the best. And he said himself, he was like, I've gone down a bunch of times, always by myself. I would never make anyone come down with me. I would never ask anyone to come down with me because it's, it's unknown.
He's in a one-man vehicle?
Or like with the professionals who do this. He didn't take like a co-director or a family member.
Got it. Like Hamish.
Right.
Okay, well, we could get into everything.
I guess
it feels
Anything
like
else?
so soon, but I guess we're kind of all caught up for the week. Like, what did I do? I watched Kardashians last night, which we have a Kardashian story, so I'll talk about my thoughts then.
Okay, I didn't watch it yet. I've been seeing like a bunch of stuff, but something kind of like monumental did happen to me last night. I totally forgot to tell you.
What?
Before we drove out to the Hamptons, we went out to dinner, and I found a hair in my dish.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I won't sully the name of the restaurant because it was a clean facility and they were so apologetic and they comped my ice cream, which was great. But I just wanted to let everyone know I found a hair in my dish,
That's upsetting.
My night was ruined, so should yours.
No, that's messed up that you would tell us that.
Oh, is it?
Some people are eating.
Yeah, okay, well, so was I. So was I.
Damn turdy.
Yeah, so now that I've ruined everyone's day and appetite, I think we can get into it.
Now we could get into the Fast 5 stories that you need to know.
Thanks, Jax. And today's episode is brought to you by Impossible Foods. Jax, let's talk about hot grill summer.
Wait,
what? Do you say?
What?
Hot grill summer. Grills, they need to be hot to be cooked meat on. And this summer, Impossible Foods wants you and your grill to join them in making meat history.
Making meat history. Got it.
Making meat history. Yeah, you better get it.
I love history.
And I know you love Impossible Foods.
And I love meat history.
So, as you may or may not know, Impossible beef is delicious. It tastes just like beef, and historically speaking, beef is absolutely delicious.
That's correct.
But Impossible beef is made from plants.
Also correct.
Well, Impossible has 0 animal hormones and 19 grams of protein per serving.
And it's better for the planet, Turdy Lou.
Correct, Jackie-O.
Where would you be without me? And where would the planet be without me and without meat made from plants?
I don't even want to think about where the planet would be without you, Jax. Seriously. Let's not think about either of those options. But if you're looking for options on what to grill, grab Impossible.
Well done, Turdy.
Well, it's summertime and summertime and the grilling's easy.
You missed my joke. Well done, Turdy.
No, I heard it. I just breezed past it.
You didn't see? Do you see what I did there?
I saw exactly what you did. So anyway, start making meat history today. Head over to the meat aisle at your local store, grab some Impossible beef or patties, and get grilling. It's grilling season. You don't want to miss out.
No.
Do so with Impossible Foods.
Thank you.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Lululemon. Lululemon shorts were made to stretch, flex, and support the infinite ways of working out, giving you the courage to leap into something totally new and unexpected. So Lululemon is obviously the go-to destination for all things outdoors, athleisure, But it's summertime. We all need our shorts, and they have some of the best shorts. We love the Hottie Hot short. It's their short with a comfortable range of motion and a flattering fit. They allow you to max your stride so you can move freely with confidence. Their lightweight, swift fabric lets in airflow so you can move without baggage. It's designed to wick away sweat before you even notice that it's there. Carry your essentials with two perfectly placed discreet pockets. They also have the Wonder Train short, which is their short with a supportive stretch. It also keeps you dry because it's powered by the Everlux fabric. The Wonder Train collection manages heat and sweat so you're staying comfortable and focused. The material is sweat wicking and quick drying. It absorbs moisture and wicks sweat away during the most intense trainings. And it's super supportive. It offers extra support so you can do what you want without interruption. They also have great men's shorts if you're looking to get a nice pair of shorts for the man in your life, or if you're a man listening. A versatile short that is up to any challenge. The Pacebreaker short. Their ultra lightweight fabric means you can train, move, and stretch how you want without baggage. Each pair of Pacebreaker shorts is designed to wick away moisture, so all that's left is your intention. Secure storage means you can keep things close without feeling them bounce around. Lululemon shorts are Steenie tested, Steenie approved. Get into Lululemon shorts at lululemon.com. That's Lulu lemon.com, lululemon.com.
They're also undercarriage tested and undercarriage approved.
You said it there, sister.
Okay, our first story is the update on the Titanic submersible. Debris from the Ocean Gate Expedition's Titan submersible was found on Thursday, which would confirm that all those aboard had perished. The Coast Guard said yesterday the array of debris on the ocean floor, found 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic, meant that the craft would have suffered a catastrophic implosion sometime after it had been lost 1 hour and 45 minutes into its dive to the wreck, 12,500 feet below the surface on Sunday.
So I guess there's no way of knowing how long after things went wrong and before it imploded. Knowing that it imploded, I think I read it's a nanosecond it takes for your spine. Like they went peacefully. But who knows what the hours leading up to that were? Did it happen, the second they lost communication an hour and a half in? That would be, best case scenario. Or were they sitting there, freaking out, wondering what's going on?
So I think they had no idea what was about to happen. Also, I'm not sure if you saw, but a top secret U.S. Navy sonar detected the Titan sub implosion hours after the submersible lost contact with the mothership. So basically, since the 1950s, there's been audio technology in the ocean that the U.S. has to detect if enemy submarines are coming. And those detection systems heard an implosion that was likely the Titanic sub.
Do they know what time?
They're not giving us a specific time. But then the question is, why are we just learning that yesterday? Why did we all count down this oxygen tank?
Oh, yeah.
And no one.
So that wasn't even legit?
What?
Well,
no, yeah, it's a little shady.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, a little conspiracy. Because then right after they reach their conclusion of, we found debris and it probably imploded, now we're hearing that the U.S. Navy knew that the day it happened on Sunday.
Well, maybe the Navy heard it, but again, the ocean is so vast and so crazy. How are they to assume at first?
No, at first, but then there's this huge mission,
investigation,
and then they spent millions of dollars on a rescue mission, and so it's why did they allow all of the different entities to spend all this time, money, and hope if they knew that something imploded in the ocean at the same time that thing went missing?
I wonder if the families knew.
I don't think so.
Damn. This whole story is just Willy central. It gives me the willies.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But I do think, like you said, out of all
best
possible
case
outcomes where they don't come back alive, this is kind of best case because they might have just been, on their way down, excited, and boom, before they could even process, not even a second, less than, they wouldn't have even known what was happening, and then it was over. Yeah,
I think out of all the terrible ways this could have went down, this was one of the better ones. Obviously, the best one would have been them coming back. Mm-hmm. But now we're just getting so many details about the people inside. I think a lot of people are really drawn and just having a lot of sympathy for the 19-year-old boy who was on there. And I believe it was his aunt who spoke to some publication saying he really did not want to go on this thing. He was freaked out. It was a Father's Day thing for his dad, and he was just doing it to make his dad happy. But he really did not want to be on that vessel.
Yeah. I saw that.
So sad.
So sad. And then also I saw this morning that there was a different father-son duo who were supposed to go, or the CEO was trying to get them to do it. And the son of that father, like, he wasn't.
Him and his friends, like, researched it and was like, Dad, this is weird.
Yeah, and so they didn't go because the son didn't want to go, but like the dad shared the text messages that he had with like Stockton Rush, the CEO, and at one, like, he said that my son's friend researched what could go wrong and put a little scare in him. I'm trying to talk him down. He's excited to go but concerned about the danger. And the CEO goes, I'm happy to have a video call with him, curious what the uninformed would say the danger is and whether it's real or imagined.
Ooh, not the gaslighting.
Yeah.
So wait, was Stockton on the ship?
Yes.
Right. So like now it's like who's
to blame?
Like who bears responsibility for the loss of, innocent lives? I guess, but
the company. And
the company.
I mean, that would be, Stockton had he been alive, but there is another co-CEO, I think. But the waivers that they signed were so extreme. Like, they might be ironclad. Because they say death 8 times in the whole thing.
Yeah. That's so crazy. Mm-hmm. And a bunch of people who were supposed to go, this like world-renowned diver, his name is Chris Brown, which is just beyond confusing. He was supposed to go. There were a few people, but seeing how Stockton and like the text messages were sent were so shady because this thing cost $250,000, and I think he was like offering a deal for his son and him like $100 each. It's like so like ranking.
It was like last minute pricing because no one wanted to go.
Rinky dink. Mm-hmm. Such a terrible story. I guess in terms of an ending, this is one of the better case scenarios. Like, imagining them suffering, they're like freezing, freaking out for days on end is so horrible. So obviously it would have been better had they returned and, lived to tell the tale. But I guess this, out of all the ways it could have ended, this isn't the worst one.
Yeah. I just want to know why we didn't know on Sunday that they heard an implosion, because all week we're like, there's banging on the seafloor. Like, we knew every little detail of what was purportedly heard, but not that there's audio technology in the ocean that picked this up.
Yeah.
Also, that's just like a crazy thing to have audio in the ocean.
Well, it's so crazy because I'm currently reading this book that's about World War II, and like they're really the girls in the main characters in the book, they work at this like station that is responsible for decoding German like Morse code and stuff, like to see if they'll crack what the Germans are up to. Mm-hmm. And like that was their version of like spying. And now it's like, imagine if we had these little sonars in the ocean in World War II.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We would have drowned them Nazis, Yeah,
I'm sure that these sonars are a response to World War II because they had all those like German U-boats blowing up ships, and this is technology from the 1950s, which is right after. Right. So
that's that on that in the submersible story.
I guess so, but
I'm sure more stuff will come out.
More stuff will come out, and literally everything, every headline is just some facet of this story. I think people are really captured by it. All the people who have ever gone down to the Titanic are speaking out. Family members of Titanic victims are like, this is a grave site. Why is it a tourist destination?
So true.
But I also do think sometimes grave sites are tourist destinations, like not in a negative way, but like the Holocaust.
I guess you're right. They're like museums.
Yeah.
And so, yes, James Cameron, I think he did an interview or something. Mm-hmm. He's been very outspoken about the whole saga.
Yeah. He is kind of the authority to lay people such as us on the Titanic.
No, it's true. And it's not like he's underqualified for that role. Like, yeah, he's a movie director, but he did the research. He's been down there.
Right. It's not like us, listening to Leo because he played Jack Dawson.
Yeah, exactly.
James Cameron literally built the Titanic in order to make the movie. Like, he had to build the ship. Yeah. Every detail, all the day. Like, he knows everything.
He's well versed.
Yeah, he is. And I read that one book, so I feel like I'm like number 2.
I would agree. And I saw the movie, so I think that makes me like number 3.
And the movie's pretty close. It's historical fiction, but they got
last night at dinner, I was with Ben's family. We were obviously talking about the submersible. Like, what else is anyone talking about? I found out Ben has never seen Titanic. Isn't that crazy?
now in thinking about it and knowing Ben, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, I've only seen it like maybe like once or twice.
You should. Just, like, you guys should sit down and watch the whole thing. It's amazing.
I know.
Maybe like tonight, a rainy day, Titanic.
We have dinner plans.
Rainy day. What about day?
Ben's working all day. I'm literally like going to go gallivant on my own.
Or you're going to watch the Titanic.
Yeah, I have to see if the TV has Netflix.
Well.
That's that on that.
Yeah, really sad.
Terrible.
Are you ready for our next story?
Mm-hmm.
Kesha and Dr. Luke have settled their defamation case out of court, signaling an end to the long legal drama. Kesha and producer Dr. Luke have settled their defamation dispute out of court. Both parties announced Thursday, with each releasing a quote related to the settlement that indicated they mutually see this as the end of their road for their lengthy legal disputes. Dr. Luke said in his statement, like, he's not a doctor, is he?
That's a good question. I think it's like a stage name.
It's just like rude. Because it's hard to be a doctor.
A doctor?
Oh, maybe he has like his doctorate of music. Maybe he's like a PhD.
He's just known professionally as Dr. Luke, but his name is Lucas Sebastian Gottwald.
Okay, my theory was very generous.
Beyond.
Dr. Luke said in his statement that he wishes Kesha well, while the singer said that she wishes nothing but peace to all parties involved, as the court dramas apparently draw to a close. Kesha said, "Only God knows what happened that night. As I always said, I cannot recount everything that happened. I'm looking forward to closing the door on this chapter of my life and beginning a new one. I wish nothing but peace to all parties involved."
So was Dr. Luke suing Kesha for defamation?
Yes. After she had sued him.
Alleged, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's like such a fucking bold thing to do. Like, it's widely known, allegedly, that, you know, Dr. Luke has allegedly, you know, done stuff. So, like, he got accused and he, like, technically, I think in a legal sense, got away with it. And then to, like, go after someone for defamation, I mean, that's fucking balls.
Yeah.
Nuts.
I'm happy for Kesha that this can be behind her. I'm not sure it was like the exact outcome, but I'm sure after years and years of just like being in the legal system and not getting anywhere really, it's nice to just tabula rasa.
It's just like enough.
Yeah. And she's been like, you know, putting forth new music and just like building her career back up, and nobody needs this hanging over their head.
No. Yeah, no, I'm sure like, yes, it's not exactly how she would have wanted. It's not real justice being served. But at some point, like, I'm sure she just wants to move on with her life.
Yeah.
And as for Dr. Luke, I hope you're somewhere praying.
Right.
I do. I hope your soul is changing.
True.
I hope you find your peace, falling on your knees, praying. That song is so good.
It is.
It's probably Kesha's best song. Yeah. Sometimes I pray for you at night. Like that bridge, especially when she performed at the Grammys with all those ladies. I hope someday you'll see the light. Oh, some say in life you're gonna get what you give. Oh, but some things only God can forget. Like, I don't know how you don't get chills when you hear that song.
They're going to throw you overboard.
They're gonna throw me overboard. They literally are.
Yeah.
What do you think is her best song?
I have to pull up her album, but I used to listen to her music like like all the time in college, and there were obviously like the classics that we danced to.
Tick Tock.
Like Timber. I know that's her and Pitbull, but like that song is a certified bop.
Is that the same song as I Hear Your Heart Beat to the
beat of the drum?
That is Ben Soffer's #1 song of all time. Like, when that song comes on, Ben Soffer's pussy popping on the dance floor.
No, it's true. It's that good. But like,
yeah, no, it's good.
I'm looking at her album Animal, and like all of the songs are so good.
Like, read them to me.
Your Love Is My Drug, TikTok.
Ooh.
Take It Off.
Because you love, you love, you love. That one's good.
Take It Off. Kiss and Tell.
I know that one.
Yeah, you do. You know all of these. Steven. But one that I love, which is so random, is Dancing with Tears in My Eyes.
Yes, I know. You put that on the Quarantine's playlist.
It's just, it was such a Quarantine's vibe.
Yeah.
Warrior, Die Young. I mean...
No, she's like an underrated hit maker. And I hope she can just get back to that now. Focus on that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure it's just been like a really toxic, negative few years for Kesha. And I'm looking forward to ushering in Kesha's next era, whatever that may be.
Yes. Are you ready for our next story?
Is this number 3 or number 2?
Number 3.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Andy Cohen is slamming the insane rumor that Meghan Markle faked podcast interviews. So... Oh. Andy is jumping to Meghan Markle's defense after it was claimed that she didn't conduct her own interviews on the newly axed podcast Archetypes. He called the rumor insane. He said, "Of course I spoke with Meghan, and she definitely interviewed me. That's an insane rumor," he told Us Weekly. "Her podcast is conversations with people. How would she not have? Of course she did."
Well, if you read Andy's book, you know that they did have the conversation together for the podcast. But there were other people who were on the podcast, just they weren't like major celebrities. They might have been like experts or professors. And a few of them were doing an interview and just said that they were interviewed by a producer.
Yeah, I'm sure for the big ones, the big wigs,
right,
they got Meghan. But also now what Andy had said about his experience doing her podcast is also kind of resurfacing.
Of course.
So it's like, he's not saying he had a great time, but it was Meghan.
But it was her. Andy's actually making a lot of news because he had Kelly Clarkson on Radio Andy. And Andy brought up her infamous tweet, Kelly's infamous tweet, when the whole Taylor Swift Scooter Braun Masters thing went down. Mm-hmm. Kelly Clarkson was the one who like innocently tweeted like, "Taylor, you should get back in the studio and just like re-record all your own albums. Your fans will love it and you'll get to own it." It was like so innocent. And then that's actually what Taylor ended up doing. And Andy was just like asking her about that tweet, and she said actually like that like created beef between her and Scooter Braun. She doesn't really like work with Scooter Braun, but Scooter Braun called her manager, and he like took that tweet as like an assault on his name. Mm-hmm. She was like, it literally had nothing to. She responded to Andy. She was like, it had nothing to do with Scooter. It was just like an idea that I had because I know owning her masters is really important to her, and I knew her fans would support her. It was like not this, calculated threat to Scooter Braun. And then she later ran into Scooter Braun, and he brought it up again. Like she said, it was like completely innocent. But she's Team Taylor.
Was. When has Kelly ever done anything nefarious?
When has Kelly ever been anything other than innocent?
Literally. I'm loving all this Kelly promo though, because she's obviously gearing up for her big album release. And Kelly's making waves. Kelly's making news. Yes, she is. She did like that Apple Beats one with Zayn show. She's on.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect. Zayn Lowe is an amazing interviewer. Does anybody listen to that?
I feel
like Taylor went on it. It's like a major step. If you're releasing music, you absolutely have to do that. And I'm sure it has something to do with like, wanting, good placement on Apple streaming. It's like a good partnership thing. But does anybody sit down and listen to Zayn Lowe?
I think the fans of that artist do. Like,
right.
I did not listen to Kelly, but I think it's really for like, it's a great place for the fans to go. I don't know that he has so many fans who listen to every single episode. It doesn't matter who the guest is. I don't think it's meant to be that sort of show.
Got it. Yeah, but, like I listened to Luke Combs.
Right. You're not really listening for like Zayn, you're listening for your favorite artist.
Now, who had the Apple show before that everyone was actually obsessed with? Also with a Z, Zach? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
wait, hold on. It's important. Like Liz Gillies went on it 1,000 times. Ariana went on it.
Oh, that's They're not. Friends with it him. Wasn't Apple. Zach,
it wasn't
the Zach Sang show.
That wasn't Apple.
No.
Yes, it was. I don't know actually.
I think it was just his like show, Zach Sang.
No, because now he has a new show, a podcast. But before that, he was like with a big streamer. I believe it was Apple. Yeah. What happened to the Zach Sang show? It was canceled after a nearly decade on the air, but what air? He brought it back and he still gets like major guests and it's good, but it was on like a big streamer.
I feel like I only ever saw it on YouTube.
It was somewhere. Hold on, I'm on Wikipedia.
Yeah, me too. He has a French
bulldog. Yeah, it was from 2012 to 2022. but it wasn't on Apple. I apologize. It was on WYD Media. I never heard of that.
Yeah, I think it was just his YouTube show.
Westwood One. I thought it was like No, Westwood One, it's a radio network. Okay, I thought it was Apple. I apologize. But that was also like a big place like everybody used to go. They still go.
Yeah. But things just
Zane
like
Lowe
don't
reminds me
make
of that.
waves like they used to. And I feel like celebrities, you know, artists, like, will listen to music and stuff, but unless you're Taylor Swift, like, everybody's always sitting down and everyone's doing hot ones. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
everyone's giving all of themselves up. Everyone's in Haley's bathroom. Like, there's so many different places to go.
Yeah, I will say there are so many different places to go, but like Hot Ones is actually like so different from everything else. Everything is the same.
Yes.
Everything is the same.
These are good shows.
No, yeah. But I'm saying like Hot Ones is actually, in my opinion, like one of the probably best web shows, at least the most creative and most original of our time. Like shout out to Hot Ones. Yeah, I mean, everybody literally sits down and they're like, this is not going to be like other interview shows. And they're all the fucking same. Hot Ones is actually not like other interview shows.
Yeah. There's another, like even Carpool Karaoke at one time.
Was a disruptor.
Was a disruptor.
Hot Ones is a disruptor.
Well,
you know what else is a disruptor?
The toast.
The toast. You know what else is a disruptor?
What?
Primally Pure.
That is true.
If you want to have your healthiest summer yet and become the most vibrant version of yourself, start here, cleaning up your skincare products. Swapping for natural options is a must if you want to feel good and glow from the inside out. And Primally Pure has harnessed the power of natural ingredients in their complete line of non-toxic beauty products. From skin, body, baby, hair, home, you can't forget their cult following natural deodorant. Primally Pure products are handcrafted with real, raw ingredients to optimize your results and your overall health. The testimonials that flood their Instagram feed, their inbox, and their website are proof that pure ingredients really do create positive change in your skin. You won't believe the before and after photos and the transformation stories from their community all across the world. From handcrafting natural skincare, creating educational content, cultivating intentional community, and even offering organic facials at their holistic spa, Primally Pure exists to help empower you to not only improve your skin, but lead a healthier, more fulfilled life. Jax and I fell into Primally Pure during your last pregnancy because you switched to their natural deodorant, right? And then we just started using all their products.
Yeah, I got a package with so many products from them, like room spray, natural deodorant, like serums, oils, and everything is so like indulgent and amazing and not what you necessarily might associate with like clean products. So now if I'm ever looking for like a clean version of something, I'm like, what does Primally Pure have up their sleeve?
If you're on the fence about making the swap to non-toxic products, especially natural deodorant and skincare, check out their 5-star reviews at primallypure.com from customers just like you. Once you're convinced, use code TOAST for 15% off your Primally Pure purchase. That's www.primallypure.com/toast. Use code TOAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Today's episode is also brought to you by our besties over at The Perfect Bar, the original refrigerated protein bar that you know we love. If you haven't heard, Perfect Bar just launched a new line of protein bars called Perfect Bar Layers. Perfect Bar Layers are a new line of crispy protein bars stacked with 3 delicious layers and packed with whole food nutrition. They're made with a crispy base of peanut butter and cashew butter. They're layered with dark chocolate or 100% real fruit, and then they are sprinkled with toasted gluten-free oats. They're packed with up to 11 grams of protein. They come in 2 delicious flavors: crispy peanut butter and chocolate, and crispy peanut butter and berry, which is basically like a healthy peanut butter and jelly. They're made with only whole food ingredients, which is their classic blend of 20 organic superfoods, and they contain no artificial preservatives. So Perfect Bar Layers are stored in the fridge. So you could say that these bars are stacked and packed. Actually, what was so fabulous is I saw somebody post in our Facebook group, like, what is a Toast recommended product that changed your life? I'll go first. And she said Perfect Bar, like it's literally her favorite thing. That was so fabulous to hear. And if you aren't convinced already, they're also non-GMO project verified, they're gluten-free, they're soy-free, they're kosher, and they're low GI. The best part is that you can also now find them in the refrigerated sections at Targets nationwide. So Perfect Bar knows that it'll be love at first bite. They're offering you a chance to try their new refrigerated protein bars for free. Here's how it works. Sign up for email or text, upload a picture of your receipt from your local grocery store, and they will reimburse you for the cost of 1 bar directly into your Venmo or PayPal account. All you have to do is go to perfectsnacks.com/toast to get a free Perfect Bar today. That's perfectsnacks.com/toast to get a free Perfect Bar today. Happy snacking.
Thank you, Claudia.
You're welcome.
Now I'm craving a Perfect Bar.
Yeah, no, now I'm getting like a little hungry.
What are you going to do for lunch?
I don't Oh, it's a good question.
You should get some Hamptons fare.
Yeah, I should. I should like hit the local Main Street. I think I'll head to Main Street.
In your car.
In my vehicle that is mine.
Are you far from Main Street where you're staying?
I don't know, but I don't think so. I mean, we only got here last night. I literally haven't left this room because I'm about to podcast and
That's true.
then I'll go out.
Wow, I'm jealous of your options.
Thanks, girly swirly.
Okay, our first of the next two stories. Rihanna appoints a new CEO for Savage X Fenty. The music superstar and business mogul is stepping down from her role as CEO of her lingerie brand Savage X Fenty. She is being replaced by former Anthropologie CEO Hilary Super. According to Vogue, Rihanna will remain executive chair. In an interview with 40 Over 40, Super said she wants to be a relatable leader. She said, I take my responsibility as a role model very seriously. It is important to be able to visualize your future, and I hope that I'm helping the young women on my team do that by seeing a strong, kind, relatable leader, but also by being resilient and fearless when things don't go as planned.
Okay, I love that, but like to call yourself a role model is like kind of a crazy thing to do. Moving on. What is this giving, Jackie? If you and I are on the same wavelength, like I will die.
Okay, let me think.
Like this is Rihanna's company that she started and they brought in a CEO for e-commerce.
Oh, the intern.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. But I feel like Rihanna doesn't get pushed out of anything.
No, by the way, in the intern, Anne Hathaway was getting pushed out. I think Rihanna like wanted to get somebody. I think they said like they're really trying to focus on e-commerce right now, so they need someone with like a major e-commerce background. I don't think this was like a slight towards Rihanna. I think she probably wanted somebody to come in. She's also like so busy with Fenty Beauty that like she really can't be everything to everyone. And I think Fenty Beauty is probably her baby and it's bigger.
And also just like being a mom, she's about to give birth. Like I'm sure she wants to be able to take maternity leave. I think she's trying to enjoy her life. She's built these companies and she's been the face of them this entire time to get them to where they are. But eventually you need to be able to offload it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so it's
like
not
the company needs to exist without you.
Right. So she's taking like a more passive role while people run the day to day. I think it's really smart. It's what's best for like her ability to be a part of these companies. Otherwise you just burn out.
Yeah, no, I don't think this is like suspicious at all. Like I think people are always so quick to be like, oh, Rihanna's being pushed out. No, this is like not suspicious at all. I think it'll probably be really good for the company. Because like Savage X Fenty, I know it's like worth $1 billion, but like it feels kind of mysterious to me. Like where do you even purchase it?
Online, I'm seeing a picture here of a storefront in what looks to be like a mall sort of complex. But I agree.
It feels very like, I know it exists and I know it's big, but like I've never seen it.
Yeah, I agree. It feels kind of like exclusive and not ubiquitous.
Yeah.
And perhaps that's what Hilary's here to do.
Perhaps that's what Hilary's here, and to be a role model.
Well, I just want to say, the first sentence said, I take my responsibility as a role model very seriously. So I feel like maybe the question was like,
yes,
how do you feel about being a role model?
You know what? That's so fair of you to say, and I take it back. You're right. She definitely, no one would just say like, hey, how are you? Well, I'm a role model. You know, like, yeah, no, you're right.
I feel like role model was in the question, and we could probe and find her 40 Over 40 interview, which I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, actually, that's so funny that you brought that up because I was just reading this thread on Twitter of all the people who've been named Forbes 30 Under 30 who are now in jail.
Oh, wow. What are they in jail for?
Elizabeth Holmes.
Oh.
Or they're either in jail or like were arrested. Martin Shkreli, that pharmacist guy.
Oh, okay. So they like, you know, the businesses were fake.
Yeah. Wait, there was more. Hold on. Wait. Oh, Sam Baker-Friedman, the FTX guy.
Of course.
There was a bunch. It was actually really funny.
That is really funny. So then what about people in their 30s? If it's like 30 Under 30 and 40 Over 40, then like while you're in your 30s,
you're just like irrelevant.
You're unqualified for any list.
Is it 40 over 40 or under 40?
Over.
Oh, yeah. I guess Forbes doesn't see the 30s as like a valuable generation. Good to know.
It could be 30 in their 30s.
Love that.
I think that's cute.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what they're like subconsciously saying is like if you do something successful under the age of 30, like that's impressive. And if you do something over the age of 40 and we're still talking about you, like I guess you're impressive too.
Not really. I mean, most successful people are over the age of 40.
Over the age of 40, yeah. I don't know.
I think they just like lists.
I think they love a list. Yes.
They're making a list and checking it twice.
Checking it twice to take the Bedours down.
Yeah. So congrats on the new CEO.
Yeah. Congrats,
Hillary. Our fifth and final story, some cute news from Kourtney Kardashian. She's showing her baby bump progress and saying, it's been a minute since I've done this. She did a Q&A asking for clean body care for during pregnancy because, as she said, it's been a minute since she's done this. She should listen to our ad for Primarily Pure.
By the way, this is like must be so crazy to like experience pregnancy in like two totally different places in your life. Like,
yes,
I feel like most people like bang out all the kids and then it's like they're in their baby making era and then after that they're in their like, you know, after baby making era. But to like experience it when you're like older and wiser and she's clearly like in such a happy, secure place in her life, it's probably so crazy.
Yeah, and I'm really actually curious like what things she's going to do differently in her pregnancy. That like I wonder if she'll have like a natural birth. I don't know if like with Rain, like did she still have an epidural? I'm sure I could watch an old episode of Kardashians and like find out. But like I could see her giving birth at home in the bathtub.
Oh my God, please, no. Like, I will never understand that.
She probably won't because of her age, and I think that just, like, automatically makes her high risk.
Makes it high risk. Yeah, no, you're right.
But I'm loving this journey for her. I wasn't in studio on Tuesday when you guys, like, broke the news. But I think we talked about it. But I just am so, so happy for her.
Me too. Also, like, because last season, like watching her, you know, get her eggs and then knowing because, you know, that was a year prior, knowing that it like didn't work out for her. That's like so tough. And then seeing her, she'd like posted on social media a few times when she was going through IVF and like all those things, like her body was just like so beat down and she was like so bloated and she had like bruises everywhere. I don't think like that journey made her happy at all. So I think she gave that up for the sake of her own happiness. And then to just like naturally get pregnant is so, it's like the definition of like God's plan.
Yeah. And you can just
I'm really happy for her.
Feel how happy, like how much they want this and how happy they are. So I'm happy for her too. But I did watch Kardashians last night and it was good. There were highs and lows. Like lows being the way that they're talking about this Dolce & Gabbana fashion show. I'm sure it was like a huge deal for Kim. But it was starting to give like SNL where it's like, this is now the 4th episode about this thing. And like, and it's acting like Kim has literally like gone to the moon. Actually, I mean, they wouldn't even be as impressed by that as they are by this fashion show. And it's just like, it's really, really cool. But like, she put outfits together.
4 episodes. Yeah.
She put out, like, I mean, it's just like, Skims to me is a bigger accomplishment than this. So, just the way that they're all talking about it, I'm like, I'm not feeling that from what I'm seeing. I'm feeling like this is a really cool opportunity, but like we're not reinventing the wheel.
Let's move on.
So the other thing that's happening is like Kourtney is still like processing her feelings. She has a long conversation with her stylist, like about how they picked the looks for the wedding. It felt a little like planned, you know, just so she could get out there how like Dolce, and I thought this was interesting, like Dolce & Gabbana wanted the girls to be in like their lemon patterns. You know, there's that like the whole motif that they have going on now is very like painted lemons and flowers and everything. And the girls, and I'm sure it was led by Kourtney's stylist, who was like the head stylist of the weekend, was like, no, we want to wear like these 90s looks. We want like Dolce 90s.
Oh, by the way, that even though it sounds like a planned conversation, that is pertinent information.
Yes. No, I agree. So it needed to be planned. So even though Kim went out of her way not to do like the Madonna collection and the lace collection,
it's so niche. It's all the same.
It was all 90s stuff. Like, and it's like, why couldn't they do something else? But clearly everyone like loves 90s, and Kim has been like into 90s style for a while, but so has Kourtney. So it just turned out to be really similar. And then like Kim was saying, you know, Kourtney's Madonna dress that she wore, like I actually wore that in 2018 and I didn't choose it. Like, okay. But then
I've seen clips.
Even though Kim said that they didn't choose any looks from Kourtney's wedding, like Kourtney actually cited like a butterfly dress that she wore, and it was on the runway in black and Kourtney wore it in red. And like, I don't think it's a big deal, but it's like there was crossover, you know, there was cross-pollination, and like with these two girls where everything is like so heightened and sensitive, like they each are going like tit for tat, and they're each making fair points about how like the other has wronged them.
Yeah, the thing is, and then the clips that I've seen, it's like they're both, but more so specifically like Kim just being like mean about it, you know? Like it's still your sister. Like that clip of like Kim saying like Kourtney has no friends, but like all of her friends are telling her how similar it was. Like that's just mean.
Yeah, so at the end of the episode, Kim has a conversation with Khloe, like, about how she's, like, feeling about Kourtney, and she is lit up. Like, she's not feeling sympathetic. Like, she's mad that Kourtney is, like, taking away from her moment and, like, making it about her and everything. And, like, even Khloe was like, you need to when you do talk to Kourtney, you cannot have this energy. Like, how dare you think I need your permission? Like, you have to just, like, listen to what she's saying. So next week is the conversation.
Right. So has the show even happened yet?
Oh, yeah. The show was this week.
Okay. Because I'm like, not them giving us another episode.
There was so much. There was the show and the dinner and all the accolades and everyone just, like, kissing. Oh, my God, we did it. Like, the biggest deal. And, like,
it's so crazy, like, what, like, as an outsider, what we see as, like, Kim's accomplishments and what she sees as her accomplishments. Because, honestly, when this happened.
About SNL. Like, you're doing them a favor by doing SNL. Like, she's giving them so much credit. Yeah.
So, like, I don't see this. And I guess, you know, everyone's journey is their own. And I feel like probably for Kim, like, after so many years of being, like a joke in the fashion world, like, she takes the acceptance from the fashion world so seriously. It's, like, the most important thing to her when, like, she doesn't realize, like, what we see. Like, you are the fashion world. Like, you don't need them. Like,
we all look to you.
But what's important to her, like, that's her own journey. I don't see that.
I feel the same way about, like, the Met Gala. Like, even last season, they had a few episodes about, like, Kim's Marilyn transformation and the Met Gala. And, like, just the way she speaks about the Met Gala with such reverence. And, like, it is a huge deal for her. But, like, for us, we're just, like, it's a party.
Right. And honestly, if you and your family weren't there, like, less people would be watching.
Right. Like, really wouldn't care.
Right. So maybe she just can't see herself the way that we see her, and that's a shame.
And I think also she never wants to appear ungrateful or like that these moments don't mean something to her.
Yeah.
But no, we get it. Like, it's meaningful.
Yeah.
So, we'll see next week, but this is really, like, going on a long time now, this D&G storyline, though it is meaty, so I'm not complaining entirely.
Yeah, honestly, just though, ever since you, like, really changed my mind last week, like, I'm so seeing Kourtney's side, just, like, in little things. And there, I guess, like, a clip, I saw it go viral on TikTok. She's back in LA having dinner with, like, Travis, 2 of her kids, a bunch of Travis's kids. And in her confessional, the producer's like, well, your family's not there. And she's like, this is my family. And I think a lot of people took that as a slight to her own family. But no, I think that's, like, what you're supposed to say when you're, like, a blended family. I thought it was actually really sweet. She's like, this is my family.
Right, and, like, her kids were there.
Right, and that's not her saying that, like, her sisters and her mom are not her family, but these people are her family too.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it didn't, and also I'm pretty sure, at least the way they showed it, it was at the same time that they're all in Milan. So, like, why would they be at Travis's restaurant opening?
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it was for his Crossroads vegan eatery in Calabasas.
Cute. Like, they support each other's ventures in the Kardashians, and they're doing that in the Barkers too.
Yeah.
Right, like Travis did, like, a Lemmy collab. Kourtney did a Barker Wellness collab. Like, it's synergy.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's a shortage of the two of them collaborating.
Yeah,
but it's,
like, and I think it works for them.
But in the same way that, like, Kim went to Tristan's basketball games and technically, like, supported him.
Oh.
You know,
I see. Yeah.
Where
the girls weren't there for Travis.
The girls weren't there for Travis, but, like, one, they put it in the episode as the girls were in Milan. So why the fuck would they be at Travis's restaurant?
Yeah. Say
the timing wasn't so and the girls just didn't go to Travis's restaurant opening.
That's interesting and that's rude.
Yeah.
Because they keep, I mean, they're so supportive of Scott. Like, they keep everyone, French Montana, like, Khloe's ex-boyfriend, they keep everyone in the fold. So, like, Travis, who's actively married to Kourtney and is such a good stepdad to those kids, like, you should support.
Yeah. So I think that's what the producer meant. And also, like, if they were, I could also see Kourtney not having invited them. Because, you know, it's like Travis's thing. And
she doesn't want them to, like, eclipse.
Yeah, they don't, then it becomes, like, a major red carpet event if, like, Kim and Chris and Khloe, like, if everyone's there. But it's Travis's thing.
Yeah, but don't you want that for an opening of a restaurant? Like,
I don't know. Travis opened it with his chef. Like,
it was low-key.
It was kind of low-key. The mayor was there,
I have to watch the episode. The mayor?
There was a ribbon cutting, and guess who cut the ribbon?
Penelope.
Rain.
Stuff that's so fucking cute.
Right?
No, I'm telling you, like, there's like a Kourtney renaissance happening.
Yeah, and like I love all the girls, but I am seeing her side this
and
season.
I never used to see her side.
But I just want to say, like, that doesn't mean in the past I think she's like had points that I've missed necessarily.
No, like when I feel like this D&G thing, it's reminding me of maybe if you had a business that you were passionate about, and I thought Kim was 100% right for that. And like I'm not looking back now and seeing Kourtney's side.
No.
But I think Kourtney was like, for a few years, like in a place in her life where she was really just genuinely like not so happy, and she was taking that out on everyone. And now she's in a place where she's so happy and so at peace, and it feels like everyone's having a hard time like being happy for her.
Well, that, but also it's like everything in the past you could just chalk it up to like, oh, Kourtney's like not happy and she hates everything and she's just like a hater. But now it's like, no, we know Kourtney is like deeply happy. She's not just sitting around festering, trying to like make fights and hate everyone. So if like something is bothering her, like it's worth just hearing her out. And I thought she made a lot of sense. But I mean, still, my takeaway is like Kim should have done the show. And in the conversation preview for next week, it looks like Kourtney says, you chose like the money and the deal over my feelings. And like, that's just like a little cringe. Like, yes, I chose like this huge business opportunity over your feelings. Yes. Yeah, and you need to set your feelings aside.
And Kim should have, but like, it would have been nice of her to like include Kourtney in it in some way or do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just don't have that relationship. They don't.
No,
like,
that's what it is. Like at the end of the day, these two are not close. And like all those rumors like a year ago saying that those two like weren't talking, like I fully believe them now.
Oh, for sure. They literally weren't talking. And even I think Kim like called Kourtney to tell her that this was happening. Mm-hmm. Just to like tell her. But it was never like, you know, and you should walk down in your wedding dress.
Like that would be so cute if she just included her. Like, and that would have eased Kourtney completely. And then Kourtney would have been involved.
Yeah. But no.
No. Okay, well, I have to watch that episode even though you just spoiled the whole thing for me. Thanks.
No, there's still like some cute stuff there. Chloe was being really funny.
Isn't she always?
Yeah. Yeah, you'll enjoy it.
All right. Well, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this great week of the toast. Thank you so much for being here and for listening, you guys. We're back Monday. So thank you so much for listening to the Toast on Monday Morning Show, where we deliver the fast 5 stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcast can be found. So Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Video, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places where you listen to podcasts. Find us at Toast, faster, review about how beautiful, stunning, and wickedly talented we are. Hope you guys have an amazing day.
And
we'll see you weekend,
and head over to anywhere you get books to pre-order my children's book, The Camper and the Counselor, which is now available everywhere for pre-order and will be released in October. And if you're missing us already, there's a new episode on the Patreon of Turdy and I.
Me and Turdy.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye.